So they're going to have a lot of the amenities that maybe some of the classical luxury neighborhoods don't necessarily have in the community, but are very close to well-established swim and racket clubs. So don't think you can't get those there. They just might not be actually in the community where they have the pool, the tennis courts, the pickleball courts, very popular. Hey guys, this is Erin. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, hit that like button, click subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video. Hey there, I'm Erin Melton and welcome to Living in Richmond, Virginia. We're going to have some fun together today because we're going to do like one of those little magazine in Vogue or in Good Housekeeping. What is your RVA luxury home style? Are you a classical home style or more of a new home style? Stick around. I'm going to give you some great examples so you can choose for sure. I wonder if you can guess which one I am. So let's start first with classical luxury neighborhoods in Richmond, some examples. Of course, the Museum District, specifically along Monument Avenue, Windsor Farms, the River Road Quarter. Those are great examples of what I'm talking about when I'm talking your luxury RVA classical neighborhood styles. Expect pricing to be between about 2 million and 5 million plus. Signature things of these classical neighborhoods are, of course, what? Beautifully restored classical elevations, original fireplaces. All of them are going to have a very unique tile, custom millwork throughout the house. The fireplaces in these classical homes in these neighborhoods are very unique in Richmond. Everyone's going to be different. You'll never find a fireplace when it has the tile that is exactly the same like the other one. Even within the homes, they all are going to be different. If you could see the beautiful home that my daughter rented after she graduated from college and wanted to do the downtown living, she lived off of Grace Street, and even though the fireplaces didn't work, every single one was absolutely perfect. The one that was in her room always made me think of Emerald City for some reason. I bet you can guess why. That classic millwork you're going to see everywhere, the very high ceilings, and the grounds that are regularly featured in the annual showcases statewide. They do garden week tours through these neighborhoods all the time. So if you've seen them, you know right off the bat, you're like, I love these houses, I love these streets, then you are a classical luxury RVI style. Best to give you some great examples, some of my favorite ones that have been on the market within the past year. 307 Stockton Lane in Richmond, that is at $3.795 million. My favorite parts of this particular house have to do with the outside. I am a big person about you drive up, you have a feeling, you're conjuring up visions in your house. This one really has all of that for sure. There is an absolutely stunning sunroom that is right off of the kitchen that screams, I want to be there. I'm going to be featured in a magazine, any of the great mini-series, the wonderful one they did about Nicole Kidman lately, that they were living somewhere up north, somewhere kind of Nantucket feel. This sunroom has that feel, and the outside of the home does too. The aggregate peat driveway, they also did something in the back, absolutely gorgeous. The perfect idea of this home. 5 bedrooms, 6 baths, about 4,500 in the square footage. It is in one of those classical neighborhoods, Windsor Farms, that you're always going to find one of those beautiful houses. Part of why this one is so gorgeous is because it was built in 1745. I bet you did not know we had houses in the Richmond area that were, well, if you look in the classical luxury neighborhoods, you will always find them. But by far, the best thing about this particular property, besides it being on about nearly 2 acres and very private, is the guest house. And probably why I love it the most is because it reminds me so much of the great place that my sister-in-law had her bridal shower. It was up in Great Falls. It was the horse carriage house for a particular house that was owned by one of her very dear friends. And what a neat bridal shower that we had. The whole feel of it downstairs and upstairs, and this particular guest house screams all of that too. You've got to check it out. Definitely look through all the pictures, the beautiful millwork, the big iron closures of things. I love the I want to know more about this house. If anyone knows about that house, please comment below. I'd love to know more. Another great example would be 314 Summit Lane, also in Richmond at 2.3 million, a 4-bedroom, 7-bath, 4654 in the square footage. And this one was a much newer home. This is also Windsor Farm, so you can see where there's a big difference and why Windsor Farm is the perfect example if you are a classical RVA luxury home person. Why Windsor Farms is always going to come up, because there's one from 1745 and then one from the 1940s. This one too has this look on the feel. It reminds me of so many different movies that that they drive in. It has this feel. Oh, hey, I'm taking you home to introduce you to my parents. It's all decorated for the holidays. It just has that feeling for you inside and out. And this particular home actually does have river access, almost nearly an acre. By comparison, let's see maybe if you're more of a new luxury neighborhood person, and that would include places like Halsley, Founders Bridge. Make sure you're checking out other videos that I have that talk about these neighborhoods more in depth. You can get a good feel for what's around and what they have to offer. Fox Creek, a lot of people would not consider Moseley having some different luxury neighborhoods, but they absolutely do in the newer region. And then of course, in Meadowview Landing, which is a little bit further south, more in the Chester area. What you can expect in these newer luxury neighborhoods would be a price point of about $700,000, so definitely a bit more affordable, up into the $2 million plus. Most of these neighborhoods are going to feature homes that were built after 2015. All of them are going to have very open floor plans, so spa-like primary suites, lots of smart tech, huge kitchens with double islands, media rooms, finished basements, home offices, and they will typically have a CIC or common interest community or HOA communities. So they're going to have a lot of the amenities that maybe some of the classical luxury neighborhoods don't necessarily have in the community, but are very close to well-established swim and racket clubs. So don't think you can't get those there. They just might not be actually in the community where they have the pool, the tennis courts, the pickleball courts, very popular, trails, all the different things. Let's give you a really good example to see what is your style. For instance, 16418 Fleetwood Road in Midlothian, that is listed at 1.936 million. So you see it, when you're looking at the pictures, it has a bit of a different feel to some of these other ones that we were talking about. Still just as large, 6 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, about 6,500 square footage, but it was built in 2017. Like some of those classical luxury homes, it does have a large lot, and it's located in Halsley, which a lot of people will discount. If you are looking for a luxury home, and even if you're more of a classical one, or you're going, oh, I want to go new construction, I don't think I'm going to like Halsley. I've heard all these things. They have little teeny lots. It's not for me. I'm taking you in there anyways, because you have to experience everyone I've taken in there, whether they were looking to build, if they were looking to buy or resale. I've been in there for fundraisers before. What a fun time. We did a Galentine's Day actually event at a house that was great for a lot of the local charities. Many of the local business owners that were women brought items to auction, like a silent auction. They had the best time doing that with a bunch of my girls. What did they do for us? They had the yummiest little snacks, great drinks. Oh, they brought in one of the local spa people where they would do either a facial for you, or some people were doing actually, I think, either Botox treatments. This was a couple years ago, so I need them now. But I didn't take up there, and I think people were doing some of the like temporary tattooed eyebrows. They turned out great for people. I didn't. Great curb appeal though. Everything was so beautifully stacked to look a certain way. And the best part about it, the houses are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. You already probably guessed what kind of luxury home, neighborhood, and house that I'm liking in the Richmond area more. But Halsley makes it a little difficult for me because I love their little playground village that they have right within the community. That's right. They have all these different playhouses that are like a little town, but they're all playhouses that the kids can run in and out of. They do really cute little events, wonderful little pictures there. This is a great tight-knit community, and one, if you like the newer luxury Richmond homes, you definitely need to check out. So let's pivot to a little bit more affordable, say in Fox Creek at 5906 Sterlingworth Drive. That is at $750,000, a lot more affordable. 6 bedrooms, 4 baths, 4,500 on the square footage, and it was built in 2015, and again, it's in Fox Creek. The great thing about these newer neighborhoods, they tend to be very, very convenient to all of the amenities, all of the shopping, everything being within not even 5 minutes from you. Fox Creek is definitely there. You have the great Publix right up the street. You have a great little cafe there that I regularly take clients and friends to. It's like a very beachy feel. Nail place, gas station, everything you need right there. And of course, all the shopping you need right around Hull Street. Nice thing about this community is you do have great trails, great pools, super active community, very fun. And as you're looking through the pictures, you're seeing what I mean more about that new construction, more new luxury home. Is that more your flavor? They're great. They are absolutely terrific. And they have good sized lots over in this area. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Meadowview Landing. This would be a great example. This particular house is $875,000. Check out how this house is 4,000 square feet, built in 2022. It is a great house. The nice thing about Meadowview Landing is it is right there in the cusp of everything that is being developed right in the south part of Richmond. If you have heard of Amazon, the plant is right over there, but you don't have to worry about this particular neighborhood. Even though it's close by, you don't feel like, oh my God, there'll be Amazon trucks driving through my neighborhood or driving by all the time at all days of the hour. It's not like that at all. They really did a great job at developing this area. They've expanded the roads. Lego is going into there. I know next time I get my sister-in-law and my brother, who live out in California out here, and my little nephews are crazy about Legos. I can't wait to take them out there to that particular spot, but it's growing by leaps and bounds. This has actually a very neat, it's taking a more new luxury Richmond neighborhood, but giving it the feel of some of the older ones that has that fencing, the white fencing along it, almost that you have a horse community, the great trails. And Meadowview Landing, it's towards the back. Some of them actually are right on the river. And definitely this section is going to be that, where it has larger homes, the larger lots, and the more luxury, newer homes to consider as well. So now you have an idea of what's your style. Are you more of a new construction, luxury RVA style? Or do you like that classical? Can you guess which one I am? Classical. I hope this has been a fun video for you to check out. If there are any neighborhoods that you can think of that you think would be great ones to fit here, be sure to comment below, and who knows, I might make a whole video for you or for that particular neighborhood. I know recently someone had talked about, hey, I love that you've talked about all these great spots in the Glen Allen area that are zoned more for deep run high school. We're leaning more towards Glen Allen High School. Can you recommend some? And I was happy to do so. And shout out to whoever did that, I think from Charlotte, North Carolina, that's moving up here. That was for you, and don't worry, we are planning on making a video about this neighborhood soon. Thanks again for tuning in, and remember, leave everything better. Once again, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, tap that like button, hit subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember, leave everything better.